Alright. Welcome to another Infinity Kingdom guide. Infinity Kingdom recently released the new minigame Battle Chess we've been waiting for. It's finally here, it's a lot of fun, and I want to share the first fun winning build that I've figured out with which I'm playing right now. So, Battle Chess offers a refreshing chess-like format, features the familiar immortals and spells that we know from the core game, but it's a brand new sort of minigame version of it. It's a lot of fun. It's still in the incredible early stages, and as such, there's not a set meta and not anything. It seems like every hour there's someone new saying, "I figured out something." Uh, this is now the best, or this is overpowered. This is going to be the build that I'm using. It's a hell of a lot of fun. It's all about spamming, summoning like crazy, spamming spells, and just overwhelming your enemy. So the build, it's let's go through the immortals to begin with. This build has 5 immortals, each with unique abilities. The first one is Merlin. Merlin's magical proc damage can deal massive damage to your enemy. Every time you spend 2 arcane cards, you're gonna proc his passive skill, his ability, which deals 50 damage 5 times to the enemies. In this build, where you can pretty much spam your skills as quickly as you can drag them to the playfield, that's a lot of damage. The second immortal is Lancelot. He's sort of the safety card in there. He's a cost-effective meat shield that can soak up some damage and win some one-on-ones against weaker solo immortals. Like, this is a guy you're only going to be using if you need that small little fighting power. If you're taking aback and something's not working, he can just quickly come in there and fix things. Not a part, not the really synergy one, just a solid immortal. The third immortal is Amanitora something, the Earth Healer. Her ability reduces the cost of an arcane card by 1, and she casts really quickly. That means that your spells are going to be reduced to 0 energy marks quite rapidly as soon as you have a couple of her on the field at once. The fourth immortal is Montezuma. He's an essential part of this build because he's the one that provides us the insane amounts of energy marks that allow us to summon multiple Amanitoras, multiple Merlins, multiple Zenobias. He's doing that because he sacrifices some of his HP every 3 seconds and generates 1 additional energy mark. So it's 3 energy marks, right? The problem is he loses his HP and he dies, but if you heal him, he stays alive and he just keeps giving you energy marks. So keeping him alive, we got Zenobia. Xeno's healing by reducing her own damage, giving health, sacrificing her own health, providing health for someone else. Why would that at all ever be useful? Well, it's useful because it levels the playing field, right? It spreads out the damage taken. Montezuma is going to be taking damage continually from his own spell, giving you energy marks. With Xeno, you heal him, but Xeno then loses a bit of HP, but that means that they are more equally spread out. So when you drop that big healing wave spell card, you're going to heal everybody up. You're able to sustain a higher number of immortals using Zenobia. Alright, before we go into the second part of the setup build, the arcane spell cards, we are just gonna quickly mention the sponsor Huawei and the latest campaign. We've got another great campaign for guilds and alliances. You may have heard this in my last video as well, but it's an excellent thing that you should sign up for your guild and your alliance. Basically, you are going to be able to earn up to 8% back cash back in points. Every 8% of what you spend as an alliance once you hit a threshold. Well, every player is going to get 8% back, and that's on top of everything else. So 8% more points is 8% more dollars to spend. It's free value. What's especially nice about this campaign is that it stacks. This aligned guild offer means that every player can hit the thresholds in your guilds and alliances, get those 8%, while also using other campaigns like the Spring Fiesta or something else. So you're going to be earning, discounts from one campaign, vouchers from one campaign, VIP points for another campaign, and then on top of that, additionally, you're gonna get those alliance points. Just something very neat that you might want to consider for your Infinity Kingdom spending. That's all for that. Let's continue with the second half of the setup build. Anyway, arcane spell cards. For arcane spell cards, we are using Blizzard first up. An excellent skill, dealing 180 damage in a large area of effect, making it's a very suitable skill spell card for clearing out weaker immortals and dealing with summoners like Edward and Cleo. Tsunami, another skill that is just excellent at dealing with summoners. It deals 100 damage, clears off those adds, but it only costs 2 energy marks, which is extremely powerful. And on a side note, it does actually kill a YSG Immortal, as well as, of course, the pets of Cleo and Edward. That is quite nice. Cleo and Edward themselves do not die, but you can quite quickly clear them once their adds are gone. Healing Wave is our third spell. That's a crucial spell because that is what allows us to keep Montezuma's, Xenos, and that Earth healer I can't pronounce, Amanitore, alive. We are gonna be having a ton of them running around the map, providing their skills, their ability procs continuously, making our energy mark pool infinite and our spell casting free. You see where this is going, right? You're gonna have like 5 Merlins spamming ultimate abilities. Healing Wave is what keeps us alive, gets us to that point, makes sure our Monties and our Xenos don't die. The final spell is Blast, that deals 100 damage in a pretty small area of effect, but it also causes a burn for 150 additional damage, making it a total of, over 3 seconds, making it a total of 250 damage. It's 50 damage per second for 3 seconds. Although Blast is an expensive skill, it costs 4 energy marks, it's not a problem because you have 10 Amanitores as well as a bunch of Monties, so you're going to be able to spam this at no cost. Basically, the core gameplay and strategy behind this build is to try and sort of go for as much exponential growth in energy mark income and consumption as you can. I've been having all these models out, and as you can see in the video running in the background, you're able to just spam spells, proc, and Merlin's abilities, dealing massive damage to everything. You're basically clearing the board every second. The weakness of this, of course, is if you're up against someone with a lot of clear spells and you are not able to spread out your Monties and Amanitores. The enemies are good at killing them as soon as they appear. Well, then you never get this sort of exponential growth ball rolling where one Monty becomes 2, becomes 3, becomes 4, and all of a sudden you have endless energy marks. If that doesn't happen, then you lose. So that's a huge weakness to this build. That being said, I am winning, maybe 4 out of 5 games with this build at the moment, so I'm doing pretty well. Looking ahead, I'm going to try and swap out Zenobia for Dido. That's going to create a difficulty keeping your Monties alive, but I think that maybe it's going to provide slightly more damage on Merlin with the synergy, Dido Merlin, as we know from the real game. And also, I'm going to see if I am able to keep our Monties alive using just Healing Wave and no Xeno. If I am, well, then it's just more damage and more soak from having Dido as well as a protective debuff. If I'm not able to do so, I'm going to just go back to Xeno. Anyway, that's all I have for the very first battle chess build that I've done. It's been a lot of fun playing battle chess, and this build is doing quite well. I think it's hilarious being able to overwhelm and just spam everything like crazy. I've been doing some other stuff with summoners and some big boss, buffing up that big wind guy builds and stuff like that. There's a lot of potential out there, and I'm sure that we are going to be doing a lot of battle chess builds as the meta settles. New things are gonna arise, and yeah, we're gonna have fun. I'm Myrak, I'm on 105. You can always find me there on Discord. I'm around. As always, please do subscribe to the channel. I consistently release new content here on the IK channel and on the official IK Wiki website. Links are in the description. On these channels, you can find guides from everything in IK, from events to talents, passives, finished builds, and game mechanics. With that, I'm gonna leave you, and as always, thank you for watching, and see you for the next one.